I'm going to offer another perspective on the unemployment situation. I'd like to put it in a little more positive tone maybe by calling it employment. Because while unemployment has been probably the largest problem to the average American in this crisis. You know, we hear about debt, we hear about write-offs, but for the people on Main Street, it's unemployment. Not having a job yourself, or a family member, someone on the street. So I'd like to turn to adding a little bit to what John has already offered on that. And it is surprising. There are quite a few surprising components to this. Interesting that our level of GDP is where it was at the peak. And you don't think of that. You feel like we're still in a recession. But you know, we're producing as much as we used to, just with fewer people. Some other things that you don't tend to think about or be aware of is that industrial production. So this is, you know, factories cranking out the stuff. Industrial production is up 5.6%. Retail sales are up almost 4%. I mean, we keep spending, okay? And so they keep producing. Real income, that means the money that people who are working take home overall in the economy is up 2.5%. That's after inflation. So it sounds like, gee, things are picking up. If industrial production's up and real income's up and spending's up, what's the problem? Well, this is where it really hits home, is that employment figures are the ones that have not come up from, you know, the layoffs that occurred, and in fact, layoffs are continuing to occur. The most recent jobs report that we had, unemployment rose again last month in 26 states.
Number one, if there were, in your opinions, a magic bullet to fix the situations as we see them now in a short period, what would that be?
So those private sector initiatives, that's where you want the growth to come. So whatever government policy can induce or encourage private sector growth and investment is what I'm for. Now here's another piece that we haven't gotten to, which is, why don't people borrow more even with interest rates as low as they are? Do you ever think about that? I mean, interest rates, as Eric correctly showed, are virtually zero. Virtually zero. In Japan, they are zero. Why don't companies borrow more and build machinery, build factories, get things going? Because of these other taxes that burden them when they do finally make a profit. Because it's so costly to hire the workers. So if these type of additional taxes could be repealed, and finally, the entrepreneurs who create most of the jobs in our economy, it's not big companies that employ Americans, it's small companies that create most of our, no matter what the interest rates are, can't get credit